This is a review of set 75347, the TIE Bomber. This set is $65 and has 625 pieces and 4 minifigures, and was made, I believe, 3 May 4ths ago for the 40th anniversary of Return of the Jedi. I'll start with the minifigures. Of course, Darth Vader being the first one, which I actually really love, and he's very accessible in a lot of sets. He also comes in the bigger Star Destroyer from this year, or from last year, I guess, but still, this is actually a really nice minifigure because it has arm printing and leg printing, a really nice cape, and they definitely improved the helmet a lot with 2 separate pieces on it. And the face print I'm not a huge fan of, but I still think this minifigure is amazing, and I'm so glad the arm printing, leg printing are just accessible in almost every set that you would find with a Darth Vader in it. Basically all the Imperial sets have him, and it's so nice to get an updated one with all the really nice printing. There's basically 0 flaws with this, maybe the head print, which I don't like a lot, but I still think it's not horrible. Next is Vice Admiral Sloane, who comes with a short pistol here, and is a pretty basic minifigure, no double-sided face. I don't believe any of these pieces are actually exclusive, but one thing that'll made this figure a whole lot better is dual molded legs with, of course, the black boots on the bottom like these, because they actually perfectly blend in with the figure. So if I swap them out like this, it makes it look a whole lot better with the boots, I guess, in it. It actually improves the figure a lot, and I'm probably going to keep it like this if I display it or keep it in my storage. I'll most likely will keep it like this because it looks so good like this. Next is a TIE Bomber, which we have seen in a lot of other sets. Well, this specifically is a TIE Bomber pilot, but there's also TIE Fighter pilots, which honestly look the exact same. No arm printing, but some pretty nice leg printing, which I like. The only thing I don't like is when you turn it around, the back of the face is kind of exposed there. That kind of sucks, and I wish they would definitely improve that. But the face print is actually pretty cool. It's not one that I've seen in a while. I believe it used to be the old face print for Lex Luthor. I don't remember this being in a normal Star Wars face print, because now in the all the battle packs you would have different skin tones and boys and girls for different troopers and everything. So I feel like this is kind of a weird addition. I feel like this wouldn't be included in the updated face prints, but I mean, it's not horrible. The main problem with it is this in the back being exposed, which again really sucks. Next is an Imperial Gonk droid. So this one is actually, I guess, on LEGO classifies it as a minifigure. Personally, I might not, because it doesn't really give the same outline as a minifigure. Same how as some people wouldn't give battle droids minifigures. I feel like a battle droid is more than a minifigure than a Gonk droid, because this is kind of just a bunch of parts together. But it is a actually really nice build. I like how it the dark gray and the light gray just work together. I feel like it has actually a really nice build. I love the feet and everything. It actually looks pretty nice for a Gonk droid, and even has this Imperial logo, I guess, here with some Orbesh. Someone can translate that. I don't know what that actually says in Orbesh, but I know this crate piece actually came in some other sets, and you can actually pop this off and fit maybe 1 or 2 studs in there. You can't really even fit a extra blaster that you get, so it kind of sucks that it's there. I don't think you're actually supposed to remove it for part of this set, because there's nothing that would really work with the storage. Maybe one of the flick-fire missiles there, but honestly, I wish it was just big enough to fit a blaster. That would definitely put the ranking up for at least the Gonk droid a lot higher, but nevertheless, it is still a really cool build and a nice inclusion in it. So sadly, the minifigures do leave a lot to be improved. But now for the build. But before I get into the actual TIE Bomber, it does come with a really cool side build here for some of the ammo that the bomber actually needs. So it's in this really nice crate. I'll remove both of the missiles for you, which are flick-fire missiles, and here is actually what you insert into each little area, and they actually fit pretty nicely, I'm not gonna lie, and it does look really nice. It has a little handlebar here, and a minifigure would stand up right here, and you can see it does have those 4x4s, or the 2x2s that circle, and they make it easier to glide across. I don't know the actual name, but I believe Vice Admiral Sloane is supposed to stand here, and actually pilot the missile cover, or the extra missiles, or whatever you want to call this little ship here. I think it is pretty cool. Just a small build. I'm not sure how many pieces is actually in it. It does have some front headlights there. I mean, it's not a horrible build, but I feel like it's just another reason to get the price up. I mean, it is a really nice build, but again, another reason just to make the price a little bit higher. But I still think it is a pretty nice build. But now into the main purpose of the set, the actual TIE bomber. So first, obviously, we have to see if it fits a minifigure. First, you lift this up, and you should be able to fit a TIE bomber pilot, or I guess the same TIE fighter pilot, because they are the same minifigure, and you can just fit him in there without a blaster and close it up. It doesn't completely close. I've always felt like it when I've had it here. It doesn't completely close, but still I feel like it does the job and actually looks pretty nice here. You can't actually see the TIE bomber pilot through the glass because there isn't really anything. It's just a black circle below this. I'll see if I can actually remove this, because it's sort of just showing the illusion that it's there. It's just a black piece under that. So I think it is a pretty cool technique, but it would have been even cooler if they found some way to actually make it see-through. But still, I'll remove the TIE pilot here, and then you do have two control panels here, which actually work really nice in position-wise. Obviously, we haven't really seen inside of a TIE bomber too much, but we have seen a lot of a TIE fighter, and I'm assuming they're pretty similar, but as far as this goes, it looks pretty accurate. Minifigure scale maybe should be a little bit bigger, but honestly, I feel like it's a nice playset. I'll move on to the wings next, which you can fold completely in like this. Technically, you can bend them back all the way like this, which of course is not how it's supposed to go at all, but still it kind of looks like another version of the TIE fighter, which was in like Legends or something. It was called like the TIE something, I forgot. Somebody remind me in the comments here, but the wings actually look pretty good. Here's this side, and here's on the other side. I like how it has this strip here that definitely makes me seem like it actually is like consecutive here from the base here. I would wish it was a little bit more tiled, but it's probably hard to do that with some of these corners here. I still think it is tiled enough and looks really nice for the wings. But next, I actually don't really like this feature. There is a stand on the bottom, which you probably can't see too well, but you can position it, I guess you can see it from the back a little better. You can position it so it, like, I guess helps it stand up, but even if we don't have this and just knock it off, it stands perfectly fine with the wings. So I'm a little confused why it's there. I don't remember seeing it in the movie, so I wonder why they actually put it in there. I mean, I guess it's taken away from the actual like TIE bomber factor, and I guess if you have it up in the air, you don't want to have that little stand there. I guess if it's like up in the air for display, or you're putting it in a position like it's flying, definitely don't want to have that in there. It looks like really weird there. But of course it has two of the new stud shooters, which are just green tiles, which I'm so happy they're green instead of just going with a basic red, because green is actually the gas, I guess, that the TIE bomber uses, and of course the TIE fighter use, and it comes out in a green bullet like the movies, or green blaster like the movies. So I'm very happy that they actually made it green. I think it's pretty satisfying to actually see it that way, and it's one of the coolest and my guess most iconic ships, I guess, not including the TIE fighter. Looks really nice. But now what you've all been waiting for, the bombing feature. So we do have 4 flip-fire missiles right there, and you just fly over and hit the and push them all down, and all actually distributes in like all 4 directions, which I'm very, very happy about. And of course we can get the extra flip fire missiles here from the crate here, which is actually pretty nice. It also basically incorporates a huge extra feature. I wish it would come with even more, so you didn't really have to stop and you could just continue bombing it without having to pick it up. But still, I feel like it's a cool way to incorporate some extra pieces into the build. And you just reload it sort of upside down, I guess, from the second barrel on the TIE bomber there, and then you can push it down again and have very much fun with that. I think it actually is a pretty cool bombing feature. You kind of don't see it, and it just like distributes everywhere, which I think is kind of what the point of the TIE Bomber is, to bomb a certain area. Definitely really cool set for play. So of course, there's a lot of things I would improve, starting off with the Gonk droid, maybe having a bigger crate, but honestly, I don't mind it that much. I know it would be hard for LEGO to make a whole new piece for that, and I feel like it's not that big of a deal. And I feel like it's not completely out of the question to add Vice Admiral Sloane's dual molded legs. I feel like Thrawn, I believe, had it in Dual Peridia, which was a little bit later release than this, but I still feel like it's not out of the question to add dual molded legs. You're paying I think $65 on Lego.com. If you order it from Lego.com, I believe it's a lot cheaper on Target and Walmart. I believe I paid about $51 in Walmart, and it wasn't even any like special clearance or anything. It was just lower like that, and Lego, I guess, has the higher prices. I guess it might just be for the TIE Bomber, but that was the main two reasons. And I guess because this exposed skin in the back here, not so much the face print. I kind of don't like it for some reason, but mainly this little like flesh showing in the back, it kind of sucks, and I don't believe that's accurate at all. The TIE Bomber build is not like 100% the best, but it's not the worst. It is gets the job done. I guess it is a nice mid-scale TIE Bomber. Technically it's minifigure scale TIE Bomber, and I think it is really nice. Will look great next to like my Star Destroyer or literally any other Imperial vehicle, and I'm glad they have this on retail so you can actually build like massive armies of these, and I hope a lot more Imperial sets come out because this one is a great one.